Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to No Den here once again, and in today's video I've got a little bit of an unscripted ranty video regarding Doctor Who Flux. Yes, it has been a couple weeks now since the finale aired. Haven't really talked a lot about Doctor Who on this channel for a little while, and not really about the current era, and there has been a little bit of a reason behind that, and I just may as well make this video just addressing my opinions regarding the show currently. I'm not going to say it's all bad and I hate it, it should be abolished. No, I'm not saying any of that. But I do think, there's some things that need to be said. And I'm going to make this video today just addressing a few things of how I feel about the series as a whole. And perhaps also talking about the current era as well. So yeah, let's get into it. Alright, so this video idea came to my head around about a week ago, from when I watched Spider-Man No Way Home, that I loved. I loved that film so much because, yeah, I am a big Marvel fan as well. I love Spider-Man. I love and breathe Spider-Man the exact same way I love and breathe Doctor Who. But one thing that I noticed with Spider-Man was that I did love how everything was addressed in terms of wrapping things up that was set in the Tom Holland trilogy. So stuff that was laid out in Homecoming and Far From Home was all nicely tied up in No Way Home. And not even that, without giving spoilers, if you were fans of the older films as well, with Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield, you would have liked how things were addressed and tied up in No Way Home as well. And for a 2.5 hour film that completely had a lot of things going on, and it just completely blew everything out the water, it did a really good job of managing all of that. And it felt like a proper conclusion, not only to Tom Holland's MCU trilogy, but to Spider-Man as a whole, his cinematic history. And, it deals with the multiverse that Doctor Who Flux has kind of done. yeah, Doctor Who Flux also dealt with multiple realities and stuff like that. Time's ending, the Fluxes coming in and destroying planets, and a whole of reality is at stake. Now, I know there are going to be some comparisons made, or some comments are going to be made regarding me comparing Spider-Man to Doctor Who, and I can imagine them being like, oh, well, you can't compare a TV show to a movie, or, you can't compare the two formats because one's got a higher budget, one hasn't, or whatever. I personally think that the budget does not necessarily have a huge impact on how you want to lay out your story. Whilst, yes, the special effects and hiring the cast and crew, yes, the budget does come in handy as well with the promotional material. It doesn't necessarily with how you want to lay out your story, because obviously you lay that out quite early on. That's how it's all drafted about, and especially with Doctor Who, the story told in Flux isn't necessarily tied to just that series. It picks up some elements from Series 12, that was the previous series, and addresses it in some sort of way, I guess. But the main reason why I'm making this video anyway is that, yeah, after I watched No Way Home, I came out the cinema and I was happy. I really enjoyed that film. It was so good and I felt satisfied. I felt completed. I really, really enjoyed it. And I was just like, yeah, okay. Now I just wonder what else they're going to throw at us. What new questions are going to be brought up. Whereas when I finished watching Doctor Who, I was just like, this is... why? It completely annoyed me because I felt like we were misled in a very big way. Like, Doctor Who Flux was marketed as one big story throughout a series. Yes, it was one big story. However, however, we were really, really misled in the fact that, okay, what story were we actually told? Because whilst, yes, the threat was dealt with to an extent, we still don't know what state the universe is in after the Flux has engulfed pretty much all of it. We still don't know anything about the Doctor's past. We don't know anything about the Fugitive Doctor or the Timeless Doctors. The Doctor suddenly doesn't want to have knowledge of their past. That completely blows my mind, to be honest. Like, you know, after series 12, the Doctor was desperate for answers, and even the premiere episode for Flux, you know, the Doctor wanted answers, and suddenly she doesn't. And it's just like, what? You know, I was that hyped for getting some answers for Flux, and it just felt like they were just put on the back burner. And I know people are probably going to say, oh, well, we could get answers in the specials. That, yes, that would be the best scenario, but surely these these questions that were teased during the series, we'd get answers for in that series. We were promised one big story. We didn't get it. You know, we didn't get it, and I feel like just dumping them in the specials would just kind of feel a bit like of an afterthought. You know, with either the Daleks, I don't think we'll get anything because it's just killer Daleks in a time loop. The Doctor's got to, solve the day, I guess. You know, solve the problem and save the day. Yeah, merge them, those two quotes together. But yeah, honestly, you know, the more I'm talking about this now as well, I'm just thinking of new things to say. Again, the love I have for this show hasn't changed, but at the same time, the current era has just... It's just kind of just made me feel a bit meh. It just kind of made me just felt... It just makes me feel unsatisfied a lot. And I wish that after watching Flux, because I did enjoy the first 4 episodes, but after the last 2, I just felt a bit empty, to be honest, and that's why I haven't necessarily covered a lot to do with Eve of the Daleks. Yes, I have been busy in real life as well. You know, I've got uni assignments due in, Christmas is coming up, and yeah, I have been sidetracked. But at the same time, my excitement for the current era of Doctor Who has been dampened once again. And, you know, I am still going to cover stuff, obviously, for the New Year's special, Eve of the Daleks. You know, I'll get around to doing theories and stuff like that in the next week or so. And then as well, we've got the special in spring that I'm looking forward to, and the Centenary special. Again, I'll be doing the usual videos around them and all the other Doctor Who stuff as well, alongside some other nerdy stuff outside of that show. But yeah, anyway, I'm just making this video just to kind of give my feelings towards Doctor Who Flux. It's not necessarily a complete review that I previously promised. I don't think I'll ever do one, or at least not now anyway, just because I don't think I've got the interest to go back to watch it. But again, that might change later down the line. But yeah, anyway, I am going to wrap up this video here. Sorry it's been a little bit unscripted, a little bit of a rant, a slightly negative one, but I just thought to make this video anyway, just to address my feelings towards the current era of the show, and Doctor Who Flux more specifically. But yeah, I'll see you all next time. Goodbye for now.